previous video, I briefly mentioned the topic of language differences versus language disorders. This video will provide more information about how that is related to DLD. As previously mentioned, there's a very fine line between what constitutes a language disorder versus a language difference. So how can we tell the difference? There are two factors we can consider: growth in each language and language input. First, we will discuss language differences. Language differences reflect the natural process of language acquisition. While children with language differences may exhibit miscues when learning or using language, they still show developmentally appropriate growth, meaning that they reach milestones at the same trajectory and at the same time as typically developing English-speaking monolingual children. They also are able to acquire each language when given input in their first and second language. Now, we will discuss what can set apart a language disorder from a language difference. Vietnamese bilingual children with language disorders will exhibit reduced expressive and receptive language abilities. This result was observed in a study conducted by Liel et al. In 2019 that analyzed typically developing bilingual children and bilingual children of many languages with DLD. Another interesting finding in the study is that bilingual children with DLD had difficulty acquiring language despite having more exposure to English than the bilingual typically developing group. Finally, caregiver and teacher reports can be a significant factor since they spend the most time with them in natural contexts. Based on the information I have found throughout my research, the point of intersection between a language difference versus a language disorder is more complex. There's not one straightforward answer. However, there are certain measures and tools that speech-language pathologists can use when assessing a client, which will be discussed in the next video.